Hello. All right. Good evening. Thanks for joining my session. Raise your hand if you're having a good time at Ignite so far. Awesome. All right. So it looks like this is my last session. So head right out for drinks after this, I guess. All right. So my name is Tanmay Kamath, and I'm a program manager on Azure DevTest Labs and Azure Lab Services at Microsoft. So for today's session, I plan on covering 2 scenarios. And through those scenarios, I plan to show you the demos of these 2 services that I work on. So they'll be very focused on the specific scenario we look at. If you want to learn more about the service, I have information later, so you can just go check it out yourself as well. Also, in the interest of time, if you have questions, come find me after the session. I'm also at the DevTools booth for the rest of the conference. So feel free to come find me later, and we can definitely chat. All right, so with that, let's get started. So the first scenario that I'm going to talk about is I'm a developer, and let's say I'm a new hire, right? And I've joined this new team, and I've been assigned this first bug to fix, or this first feature to work on. And as a part of this team, my first step is to get a machine set up so that I can then start developing, pushing my code to, I don't know, the testing stage, and then ultimately to production, right? So really, my main focus is on getting my job done. And I need a way to get access to this box, which has all of the basic setup done for me, which means it has the IT-approved tools, it has the necessary software, pre-configured images, and all of that set up for me so that I, as a developer, don't have to worry about, hey, who do I go ask for this versus that? And trust me, we've spoken to a lot of customers, and almost all of the customers we spoke to, it took them about weeks to even months for their developers to get started. And they really spent time on setting the box up rather than getting their work done. So definitely, this helps improve your developers' productivity and makes your life as IT a better one, right? So with that, I'm going to switch to my demo. All right. So now, the first service we're going to take a look at is Azure DevTest Labs. It's an Azure service. It is free, so to spin up a lab, you don't have to spend anything. You would only spend for the resources that you spin up inside the lab. So as a developer, oh no. I need a charger, I'm sorry. Yeah. I do have it. Sorry about that. Hopefully, we connect it quick. OK, we made it. OK, so first thing first, this is a lab that is already created. So as a developer, I'm just added to this lab, and I quickly get access to the bits. Who creates the lab? It's the IT or a team lead, someone who manages these environments, these bases, software for their developers. So now I'm a developer. I got access to this, which was created for my team. I come in here. There are a few options. First thing, I can claim a machine. Think of claimable machines as machines that are already pre-created. They have all the necessary software installed on them. And all I really need to do is come and claim it. So really, the time required for me to create a machine is 0, right? It's 1 click. Let's say I don't want to claim a machine, right? And I want to create one where I want to install a few bits of my own. I want to customize it a little. So in that case, what I would do is click on Add. I've opened it up in the interest of time. So the first step I do is I pick a base. Now, if you see here, this list itself is very customized. If you go to the Azure portal today, I don't know, you'll see thousands of options to pick from. But for me as a developer that belongs to this lab or this team, I see a very custom set of options that I can pick from. So the first option here is I can pick from a gallery image, a custom image, which is baked into all the software and everything that I need, a formula, which is basically a custom image plus a bunch of things I want to install on fresh create. So it could be something that I cannot bake into the machine. It could be a nightly build that gets generated overnight, and I cannot have it well in advance, so I cannot create a custom image out of it. So I would make a formula from that. Shared image gallery is something we added support for very recently. Shared image gallery is a new Azure service. They went GA very recently. What you can do is, as an enterprise, have your own shared image gallery with your own set of custom images. Just bring that to the lab, and then me as a developer, I can just consume that image from that lab. And last but not the least, I can also spin up an ARM template. So an ARM template is basically to spin up any PaaS service in a lab. So it could be a service fabric cluster, it could be a web app, absolutely anything that you want to spin up in Azure, you can do that using ARM templates. So once you pick the base of your choice, there are a few things you would fill up. You would fill up user settings. A few things are defaulted for you, so the size and the disks are defaulted. And the interesting part is you can add what we call artifacts. So think of artifacts as extensions you want to install on machine during creation or after the machine is created. So it could be as simple as, hey, I want Azure PowerShell on all of my VMs. Or it could be a little bit complex, like I want domain join on every machine so that when I sign in with my AD credentials, I can connect to my machine successfully. So depending on the type of the artifact, we also have a concept of mandatory artifacts, where you as a developer or I as a developer don't have to worry about, oh, what if I forgot to install the domain join artifact? I won't be able to connect to my machine, right? That machine at that point is really useless to me. So such kind of artifacts are configured at lab level by your IT or by your team lead. So when you spin that VM in the lab, it already gets that domain join artifact on it, and you can simply connect to it and start working on it. So really what I'm trying to show here is the experience is simple, it's customized, and it is designed in a way that I can quickly get my work done, and I can quickly get a dev box to start working with. So that's kind of the crux of it. I just wanted to quickly show you what the IT side of things look like. So if you were the IT of an organization or even a team lead for that matter, and you want to create this lab for your developers, then when you spin the lab up, you would go to configuration and policies, and there are a bunch of options we provide here. I'm not going to deep dive into all of these, but just to give you a sense, you can add policies on the number of machines your users can create, the kind of sizes they can pick so that they don't go spin up an NC6 series VM and cost you a lot of money, right? So you can simply disable that size. Or you can pick images and kind of create that customized experience for your developers. The other very important thing I think is, when we've spoken to all our customers, is security. So every enterprise has their own firewall rules, IP configurations, and all of that, right? And the security team is really strict. Nobody is going to listen to your requests there, right? So yeah, and we don't want to fight with them. So what we do is give you an ability to simply bring your VNet or bring your express route circuit and connect it to the lab, so that all the machines that are spun up are automatically under that IP configuration or whatever VNet settings that the security team requires. So that's an interesting one, I think. And along with that, we give you some cost tracking so that you can set budgets. You can make sure you get alerted if we think that you're overspending or your developers are overspending and things like that. So overall, we talk about DevTest Labs as a win-win for the IT and the dev. Because the devs are happy because they get what they want in minutes versus weeks and months. And the IT is happy because their developers are not going to accidentally go spin up something that they are going to have to justify for later on. So that's kind of the win-win there. So that was the first service that we took a look at. And I just put some customer names there who are using DevTest Labs in a very scaled fashion today for this dev box scenario. So what they typically do is they create a lab per team. So every time there's a new team that onboards, they go create a lab for them. And every time there's a new hire, they just get added as a lab user to the team that they go to. So that way, they can track costs by team, they can differentiate policies by team, and things like that. And of course, all of this can apply at a higher level using Azure blueprints, Azure policies, and things like that. All of this would be applicable to your DevTest lab as well. All right. So with that, I had a few slides just in case internet didn't work, but it did. All right. So let's move on to the next scenario. So the next scenario is, now I'm going to switch gears a little bit. Now I'm not the developer anymore, and I am IT, or I'm the team lead now. And what I want to do is I want to set up a training for new hires that join my org or join my team, right? That's kind of my goal. And that's the scenario that we're going to take a look at. So with that, let me go to the next demo. All right. So now we're going to look at Azure Lab Services, the other service that I mentioned in the beginning. So there are two differences between DTL, DevTest Labs, and Lab Services. One, it is outside of the Azure portal, as you can see it. We're not in the portal, in the Azure portal anymore. Two, it's a managed service. What that means is all resources that are spun up in Microsoft, hosted on behalf of subscriptions. So we are responsible for managing your virtual machines, making sure they're patched and updated, making sure you have enough quota when it comes to subscription limits, region limits, and things like that. It's all taken care of for us, for you by us, and then you can focus on setting that training or setting whatever it is that you want through this simple UX. We started out, we have a couple, so we announced GA last year, and we have a few hundred universities who started using it. So that was the first segment we went after, because classroom seems like a quick win for a simple scenario like this, where a professor wants to teach, let's say, computer science to a group of students, right? But as we started tracking our customer base, we organically saw enterprises come and use it. So we reached out, and we were like, hey, what are you using it for? And what we heard was they're using it for enterprise training. So we already have a few enterprises who are using this service to conduct some sort of new hire training or enterprise training within their companies. So of course, there's one step which is in the Azure portal, so that we can charge you, we can bill you, and things like that. But that's just one step. Everything else is you would go to labs.azure.com. That's the website you would go to and sign in and get started. So this is the view I see as a lab owner, as a team lead or an IT. I come in here, and I can basically create a new lab. And I'm going to name it Bootcamp for New Hires. I'm going to pick a size, and I'm going to pick an image, depending on what sort of software I want to present to my trainees. After that, I'm going to give it a default username and password. So this is the username and password for all VMs. But for every student or every trainee participating in that training, they can change it later. So they can change it on first login. And after that, I'm going to set up some sort of a quota. So what this means is, let's say I want to conduct training on every Wednesday, every week, for any new hire that's joining. Because new hires join every week or every month on a cadence, right? So what this means is, besides or outside of the training hours, which could be, let's say, 2-hour session, I want to give my trainees 2 hours to go spend inside that VM. It could be to download the disks, to make sure they capture everything they learned. It could be just to do some homework, some sort of exercise after the session. So that's what quota means. Now let me go to a lab that's already created to give you a sense of what that looks like. I'm not going to exercise creating a lab right now. I might have it open here. OK. So this is what a lab that's already created looks like. Now, what's really interesting in this dashboard is that depending on the number of quota hours, schedule hours, maximum users you set, we give you a quick cost estimate of what your maximum spend could look like. So if all the VMs, if all the trainees were to attend, this is what you would spend, right? And of course, you may or may not have that, so you can get a sense of how much you're really going to end up spending if you were to go run this lab for your enterprise training. One thing I would like to explain for template is, think of the template machine as the skeleton of your lab. So whatever it is that you want all your lab users to have or your trainees to have, you need to install it, configure it, customize it on the template VM. Once you do that and you publish the lab, what we do, we go create exact copies of that template machine for the number of users you asked us to do. So let's say the lab capacity is 5. We'll go spin up 5 exact copies of this template machine. So this is where you would do all the customizing. And after that, what we let you do is we let you track your users. We let you track the virtual machine pool and things like that. The interesting one is schedule. So if you see here now, my training session is only between 2 and 4 p.m. on every Thursdays. It's a recurring schedule. What this essentially means is at around 1:45 p.m., we'll warm up all your machines. We'll start them up for you so that when the trainees come in, they have the machines up and running. And at around 4:15 p.m., we'll shut them down for you because that's the hours at which your class is going to run. And after that, of course, your users may or may not remember to shut their machine down. And you might have to end up paying for it, right? So we do that for you. And besides this, they have the 2 hours of quota we saw in the beginning to go explore outside of class hours. Now I'm going to quickly show you what the end user experience looks like. So now switching gears again, now I'm the trainee. I came into this training. I'm a new hire. I was added to this lab by my team lead, right? I clicked on this link. This is the view that I'm dropped into. Now, if you see here, it's absolutely clean. There is no way for me to get lost as a user, right? I just come in here. I see 4 boxes because I'm a part of 4 labs. So depending on how many of the labs you're part of across your subscription, we'll show you a virtual machine per lab. Today, we support 1 VM per person, so it's one-to-one mapping. We are working on making it multiple VMs per person, but this is how it is today. And then I can see this is the boot camp for new hires that I was added to. I see the 2 hours of quota that I get, and if it's over, I cannot connect to that machine anymore. And of course, I can start it and connect to it and get started on it. So that's what the end user experience for Azure Lab Services looks like. Again, OK. And again, like I mentioned, we have a few universities using it. We don't have public enterprises I can name right now. But we have DeVry and Edith Cohen who are using this for their classroom scenario. So they have, for every semester, they go create these labs and add students to it. Again, skipping the backup slides. All right, so this is my last slide. This is just to give you a sense of, hey, if you want to go try it, this is where you would go. For DevTest Labs, the first service we saw, you can go to akka.ms/DTL. And for Azure Lab Services, which is outside of the Azure portal, you would go to akka.ms/lab services. We also, since we just GA'd, we are still helping customers who would like to try a pilot with us. If you have a potential enterprise training session in mind, and you need guidance, you need some tips on how you want to get started, feel free to drop us an email here. We are pretty responsive here. We'll get in touch with you, have meetings, and then get started from there. So yeah, that's my last slide. Thanks for attending, and hope you have a good rest of the conference. Thank you.